Alright, in this video we are going to talk about the 4 main districts of the downtown area of Tampa and show you what they have to offer. Here we go. I'm Sam, and thanks for coming by the Living in Tampa channel, where every single week we make videos about what it's like to live and move to the Tampa, Florida area. If that's something you want to follow along with, don't forget to subscribe down below. I'm also a licensed realtor in the state of Florida, so if you have any real estate specific questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me anytime. This video is part 5 of the Tampa Explained series, where we are breaking down the city of Tampa, the whole metro area of Tampa, into understandable chunks. And last week I mentioned that the next video would be downtown and Ybor City and the Heights areas, but once I got into the downtown research, I wanted to focus an entire video on downtown because there are really 4 distinct districts of this area, and I want to highlight each of them. And downtown is more of a business district than a residential district, even though there are quite a bit of condos and apartments. It is the second largest business district in the Tampa area. And the way they measure that is just how many jobs are provided by that area. The first biggest is West Shore, which we covered in the last video, linked up above. Although downtown is the second largest business district, it boasts the biggest employer in the Tampa area, and that is Tampa General Hospital. This is a really big hospital, over 10,000 employees. I've met a lot of people that work there and a lot of people that really enjoy working there. Right off the bat, just a reminder of the criteria for the Tampa Explained series. We are breaking everything down into 4 criteria just to decide if it's right for you. And downtown's a little bit different because it's not very residential. And those 4 criteria are proximity, style, size, and cost. So because downtown isn't very residential, I'm not going to talk about each of these districts specifically in these ways, but I will be adding things that help you kind of shape your opinion of those criteria related to the downtown districts. So the 4 districts of the downtown Tampa area are the Uptown District, the Channel District, Riverwalk, and Encore. So 4 districts there, and we are going to get into every one of them. Starting with the Uptown District, also known as the Channel Arts District, and really known as this because of the art museums that are so accessible to this area. This area is often even known as kind of the Tampa Town Square. Centered around this park, the Curtis Hickson Waterfront Park, there's a lot of theaters and museums that are right centered around this park. This is the northwest chunk of the downtown area, and it's also known for having the most kind of restaurant scene and nightlife scene of the area. The theaters and museums that are accessible to this area, extremely accessible to this area, are the Tampa Theater, the Straz Performing Arts Center, Children's Museum, and the Tampa Museum of Art. And you also have a John F. Germany Public Library right there in this area. This area is extremely walkable, there's a lot to do, and it's nice that it's centered around this big park as well. One of the biggest features of the downtown Tampa area is water. And it's not like beach, it's not even Gulf, it's not even bay. A lot of it is just these channels that go around the little islands that make up some of the downtown area and then go up into the city. These channels come up a little further and provide boat access further up into the city. But this kind of water all around creates a really unique feel for this area. Alright, the next district is the Channel District, often referred to as Channel Side. This actually gets its name from the channels. 2 of the borders of this area, the southern border and the eastern border of the Channel District or Channel Side, are made up of the Ybor Channel and the Garrison Channel. This area is really centered around the Channel Side Bay Plaza, which offers really, really beautiful views of like the downtown skyline, all from this plaza. And even from there, you see the cruise ships come in and out, and you have a big view of the Port of Tampa, which the Port of Tampa is a very big, lively port. And when I say lively, I mean lively in like a business and industry kind of way, not necessarily a place you want to visit. The prominent venues here in the Channel Side area are the Tampa Convention Center, which can host all kinds of big events, and maybe you've traveled here and stayed at a hotel downtown and attended something at the convention center. You have the Amalie Arena, which is home of the two-time Stanley Cup champions, the Tampa Bay Lightning. Amalie Arena also hosts other sporting events as well. In the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Toronto Raptors, the NBA team, actually stayed here in the Tampa area and played at this arena. And this was when seating was extremely limited and there were a lot of restrictions, but this arena is able to host all kinds of sports. Also in this area, you have the Tampa Bay History Museum, the Florida Aquarium, which is right down here on the water, and then the SS American Victory. And the SS American Victory is a ship that was used in World War II, and it's now set up as a really interesting museum. In this channelside area, there are quite a bit of condo buildings, mid-rise, high-rise buildings, but the two that stand out the most are the towers of Channelside, these two 30-story condo buildings that have beautiful views of the water and are really kind of picturesque for this downtown area. Okay, the next district maybe is a district, maybe isn't, but we're going to talk about it as its own thing, the Riverwalk. 2.4 miles of this walking and biking path right along the river, the river and the channels and along the water. It's really right on Curtis Hickson Park, which is kind of the center of another district that we talked about. And then the trail goes along the Hillsborough River and the Garrison Channel. When you see ads for Tampa, or you even just look up what the city of Tampa is like, you often see this Riverwalk. One of the interesting things I came across in the midst of this research is that this project was initiated in 1976 by the mayor at the time, but this project wasn't fully completed until 2016. How is that for governmental slowdown? It's pretty shocking to me that it took that long. It took 40 years to complete this project. There were incremental steps, along the way. They made a wooden path, and then they kept expanding it, and then ended up spending $30-some million on this project, with some of that coming from the Department of Transportation. And it's a really, really beautiful area. And the original idea in 1976 was to make this a more welcoming area. The Port of Tampa had grown so big that this area was really industrial, a lot of warehouses, a lot of port traffic in and out. And so the mayor at the time really wanted to make this area more of a feature of the city. And we all really appreciate that now, that there are so many waterfront things in the downtown area, restaurants, parks, and all kinds of condos, and we all really appreciate this. And if it wasn't for the foresight in the 70s to get this process going, it might still be a big industrial area, and we're happy that it's not. Okay, the last district that we're going to talk about for downtown is the Encore District, and this is the northern edge of downtown, and this is a newly developed area, really under development right now. And this area, they're saying, will be a city within a city with residential, commercial, and everything in between. And they're even boasting that this area will provide thousands of jobs, and at least 1,000 of those will be permanent jobs. And so it's nice to see, development continuing in this downtown area. So those are the 4 districts of downtown. And this downtown is connected to all other places in the Tampa area. Easy access to South Tampa, to West Tampa, and then over to Ybor City, Seminole Heights. So next week we will get over to Ybor City. I decided I need to break this up a little more because I like to offer a lot of this history. I think it's really interesting, and hopefully you're enjoying it too. If not, it's for me, and I enjoy making it. But next week we'll talk about Ybor City. I hope you found this information useful. Again, if you have any real estate specific questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Call, text, or email is fine. My phone number and email are right there on the screen. And if you want to keep following along, don't forget to subscribe down below. Thanks for coming by.